てくれたんですね。待っていました。ずっとずっと。
幽霊か。また一歩旅が進んだね。
標石摂取。流れを変えようか。 算通りだったかな。天の地、地の利、人の輪をすべて整えたなら、向かうところに敵はないさ。
私、誰かと行動することはめったになくて。
迂回しなきゃ。迂回しなきゃ。 ましょう。触らないでください。傘と共に。
全てを見抜いてみせる。
Wait! We can make good use of this large gear!
全てを見抜いてみせる。一旦退避。渡れ。
触らないでください。傘が必要です。触らないでください。触らないでください。
落ちて全てを終わらせましょう。アンサー。全てを見抜いてみせる。飛んで。見抜いてみせる。ただそこにあれ。 見抜いてるね。全てに終わらせましょう。アンソン。いい子ね。戻っておいで。案内ありがとうございました。
Father, I have arrived.
Just in time, Rubicon. Look at the water lilies in the pond. They were brought here from Memphis. This is a tribute from the governor. Today marks the onset of the flowering season. It would be a waste to enjoy these. I've also extended invitations to. Are you acquainted with him?
Yes, I know him. Sarvis is a valiant general.
Knowing him is not enough, Rubicon. As my heir, you must remain well informed about all the developments in Javriel. Sarvis was...
Understood, Father. I shall pay him a visit later.
Well, that won't be
Your Majesty.
Rise, Sarvis. Now, we await the arrival of High Priest Mirari. Sarvis, you have accomplished remarkable military triumphs on my behalf. I had promised that on the day of your senatorial promotion, you may select any city within my empire as your fiefdom. Exclude... Have you made your decision?
By the grace of Your Majesty.
Let's skip the formalities of the Senate. Choose your city, and I shall grant it to you. Leave the pleasantries and bureaucratic matters to others.
I desire a land as warm and inviting as Your Majesty's garden.
While numerous warm lands lie within my dominion, only one city possesses a garden-like charm. Your discernment is commendable, for you have chosen a place even I find difficult to part with. Very well. Bellefontaine shall be yours. Tend to her with care, for she is a unique and precious flower, even amidst my vast garden. Ah, here comes the High Priest as well.
Greatness be upon you, my lord. May your reign endure as long as the Tiberius River flows through the Eternal City.
Indeed, at my age, divine favor is required to sustain my rule over this nation for much longer.
Worry not, Father. Your radiance shines as brightly as the sun that illuminates the entirety of Japheth.
You've picked up the rhetoric of those eloquent but have you ever seen a day?
I mean no disrespect, Father.
I know you do not. While your words are flattering, I no longer require badges, scepters, or crowns to demonstrate my power. Nor do my accomplishments necessitate. The Senate recently bestowed upon me the title of the Sacred One. Frequently, I have wondered what my generals have conquered the entire civilized world known to us, and the remaining lands are either too remote or too My empire is transformed. When I inherited Javriel, you mentioned the sun early. In his letter, he mentioned an ancient legend cherished by the people of Memphis, asserting that their god of the sun was captured by conquerors from the east. According to them, the conquerors hailed from a realm. Have you ever heard of that place?
To the best of my knowledge, the Arsacid Empire lies far to the east of our domain, inhabited by different people with a distinct culture. This region is situated near another sea.
The Memphian legend concerning the god of the sun appears to lack veracity. It is merely a deity concocted by simplistic individuals for their own peace of mind.
I understand your piety, Mirari. However, there have been countless gods worshipped in the lands conquered by Japheth. Since the native people believe in those gods, it implies that those gods have favored them. With that said, it is surprising to hear claims that gods... Now, I find that interesting. Rubicon, Sarvis, and Mirari, go to the Arsacid Empire and if the god of the sun is truly there, bring it back to my throne. Only Javriel deserves an everlasting...
Father, what should we do to the kings and lands of the Ars Acid Empire?
I desire the sun only. If they decline my request, destroy them all. And if they willingly relinquish it, you may... Well, I have spent too much time discussing a tiny piece of land. Let us enjoy these splendid water lilies before the sun sets.
Finally. This is the fabled tower that reaches the heavens.
Back in Javriel, I heard tales of it. The tales spoke of how the ancient people aspired to reach the heavens, and thus I always believed it to be nothing more than fiction. I never imagined that the dreams of mankind are truly remarkable.
From the way you spoke just now, one would think that we didn't emerge victorious in our great conquest, General Sarvis.
High Priest, I'm sure you can sense that even as conquerors, our splendor of victory, we are facing something that cannot be conquered by force, and will...
You speak the truth. It is not only blood and sword that invoke awe.
Today, for the first time, the Japhethians bear witness to this marvel, and...
This is our shared feat. Together, our names will be engraved on the next Arch of Triumph in Javriel.
But before your triumph, Your Highness, we have much to accomplish. What shall we do with the subjects of the Arsacid Empire?
They have surrendered, so I have ordered our troops to cease fighting and rest.
However, if the Arsacid Empire dares to resist...
Father is the sun, and naturally, he does not concern himself with the insects scorched by his blazing light. But the people here are far away from Japheth.
I understand your point, Your Highness. It has been said that we Japhetians are like a melting pot. There are 2 points behind that statement. First, we open our hearts and minds to all who are willing to submit. Second, if anyone is as stubborn as copper and iron, we will melt them with our fire until they become part of Japheth. Force and fear have been the best tools your father has employed for decades. Through them, the fire of Japheth's heart burns. I agree that those methods are hardly the most effective. If Your Highness allows, I will find gentler ways to integrate the Ars. If we can make the soldiers abandon their weapons for good.
The High Priest makes a valid point. This approach would spare the lives of those people without...
Well, I am just a general, and I focus on military affairs only. I will leave the decision on other matters to you and the High Priest.
Ah, Sarvis. It is evident that your knowledge and eloquence surpass those of your colleagues in the Senate. Yet, you humbly refer to yourself. I'll take that as a yes. High Priest, I hereby grant you the authority to handle the people of the Arsacid Empire at your discretion.
As you wish, Your Highness.
Now, it is time to claim the ultimate rewards for our...
According to the historical accounts of the Arsacid Empire, it was the Emperor Darius who brought the God of the Sun from Memphis to Obed. Darius once established the greatest empire in Obed. He made Memphis his province long before Japheth came into power.
If this realm were still under his rule, I might have respectfully approached their gates and dispatched a messenger to request an audience. A man who desires to possess the sun must be as ambitious as my father.
The Tower of Babel. That's the one thing in the world, besides the stars, deserving of my upward gaze. It's only fitting that the most glorious trophy should be placed in the highest place of my kingdom. I'm now entrusting it to you, Emeon.
What is this, Your Majesty?
A good question, and one that I would like to ask you. I have heard tales that beneath the majestic waterfalls of the Memphis River lies the dormant, ancient god of the... It once destroyed the capital of an ancient pharaoh and then sank into the river. So I conquered the land of that pharaoh and ordered countless individuals to dive into the waters, leaving, but the outcome was a great disappointment. The so-called god of the sun was no more than a copper sphere. While it's well-crafted, the artisans of Obed could have created a work of art 10 times more intricate than I ordered my people to smash it on the spot. However, even the mightiest warriors of my immortal army could not destroy it. No weapon could even scratch its surface. I had craftsmen construct colossal pyres and burn it for 10 days, yet its shell. Finally, I instructed my warriors to transport it to the highest peak in Memphis and cast it off the cliffs. But it was the unyielding stones below that... Since long ago, you have collected many extraordinary artifacts in this tower, and you have recruited numerous scholars from my land. I have never impeded or doubted your endeavors. But now, I'm asking for a small favor in return. Unravel the mystery surrounding this sphere, and the reason why the Memphians revere it as the god of the sun, and find out the secret to its immortality.